There was one article recently published that said that, you know, dogs now need to understand both official languages. You know, these are certain laws that are passing. Do you think these laws are of benefit to Quebecers, or are they actually hindering our sociological development?
I think that in the long run, they're a hindrance.
I think it's stupid because my dog doesn't even understand English that well, and he doesn't listen to my commands when I talk to him in English. So I don't know how you want me to teach my dog French.
As you know, some of you may know, there are some new laws that are coming to pass or might come to pass here in Quebec in our new charters of rights, such as a ban of religious head covering in public institutions. So this would include, you know, things such as the hijab for the Muslim women, the kippah for the Jewish men, amongst, you know, the head covering, the turban for the Sikh men, and, you know, many more.
I think that there's confusion over the concept of secularism in society and the separation of government and religion. So I applaud that, you know, we have a secular government, that it doesn't matter what religion you are, you can be of any religion whatsoever, you could be an atheist, an agnostic, and you can be part of the Quebec government and part of the public institutions. That's secularism. Secularism doesn't mean that if you have any kind of religious attire, you cannot participate in government. That's not secularism at all.
I think it is cultural and even racial vanity to assume on the part of Europeans and some North Americans that, well, secularization is here, we are about to free humanity from the backwards and primitive ways of thinking, and we just happen to be at the vanguard of history here in Europe and North America.
But just like, if you're out on the street and you're not allowed to wear a kippah or something like that, that's just dumb. Like, there's no reason for that. It doesn't prevent anyone from doing anything.
What you're saying in schools, you know, public schools, you can't wear it. What do you think about that?
No, there's no reason to ban it.
So if someone wants to wear their kippah with their Jew curls, or they want to wear their hijab, like, they should be allowed to, because we live in Quebec where there's not only Quebecers, there's black, white, polka dot, purple.
Their claim is that it'll unify us as a community and really make us all not differentiate between each other. Oh, this person's a Muslim, this person's a Jew, but really all just be Quebecers. That's a nice idea. Do you think what's going to happen?
Yes, because as soon as you do this, no one will notice racial or linguistic distinctions anymore, right? It's purely the markings of Muslims and Sikhs and Buddhists, and that's the only thing.
I don't think it's going to unify. Personally, I just think it's wasting money. I mean, we're pretty much down the hole as it is, and I think there's a few better places that you could spend money other than language police. Like, that's just my opinion.
I don't think it's benefiting Quebecers as a whole, because we're not all like first language francophones. We are all, well, most of us bilingual, trilingual. Like, we all speak, I don't know how many languages, but at least 2.
Speak patois, not joking.
And I think you have to look at what laws are designed to do, not what the people who are writing the laws say they're designed to do.
If anything, if I have to, like, if it's determined I have to speak a language, it should be like Algonquin or like the natives that came here.
Iroquois, or,
yeah.
you know, like.
I find it kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's almost like racism against language. Like, in a way, like, it's pretty much what it is. Like, Canada is known for being like open to all cultures and stuff, and I find that's really like minimalizing that a lot.
I don't think that we encourage unity by making everybody the same. We encourage unity by making everybody feel that they belong. Those are very separate things, so that I can feel I belong regardless of what I do in my personal life. That's the kind of unity I think that Quebecers are really interested in.
I find it's your culture. Like, you should be able to do what you want, and you shouldn't be penalized just because you're living in Quebec, that you can't express who you are. And like, if that's what you want to look like, then go for it, you know? Like, if that's your religion, it's your culture, like, be it, you know?
I think when you encounter bigotry, you have to call bigotry what it is.
I think that a lot of the actions we see from the PQ really stem from fear. They're afraid. They're afraid of being overrun by other. And other is defined in a lot of different ways. Anglophones, Muslims, Jewish peoples. Anybody who isn't Francophone, from a Catholic background, is defined as other. And there's a lot of fear there. And so when you make rules based on fear, you make bad rules.
I think that's what she wants. She wants everybody to leave. So like, all there's left is Quebecers and like people that speak French. And here we are, 2 Anglophones that work in a Quebec company. So
I know, it's so bad.
I'm going to sum it up in one sentence. I read a lot of history, I've studied a lot of history. I know of no historical example where fear of people who are in your own nation has unified that nation.